Hello everybody, welcome to my channel, Renzo here. Okay, let's paint a new portrait. I'm gonna mention the colors here. I got titanium white, yellow ochre, cadmium orange, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, and raw umber. Okay, the brand I'm using is Rembrandt. Okay, hello Bob. Hello Marius. Hello Ashton. Okay. Let's see. I'm just moving the photograph here just to have everything on my screen. Just 1 second, please. Okay. Okay, I'm thinking about the size of the head. I'm gonna maybe put it here. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of raw umber first. I want to separate my canvas here two portions, just for mixing my colors and to draw the face here. Okay, then put the face here, the hands here. Yeah, maybe a little bit up. Let's see, the top of the head is here. A little bit of background, a little bit of background here. Okay, maybe a bit smaller. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm okay. Hello Evelyn, hello Monique, hello Intisar, hello Ben, hello Romeo. Okay. Okay. Still thinking, something is, I don't. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna start. This just with raw umber, and I got this fan brush. I'm gonna start working on the shadows. I'm squinting down my eyes and just following, the shadows. I don't want too much paint. Okay, let's place the eyes, the eyebrows, the nose, the chin. You know that I always measure. Okay, it doesn't matter how long I've been painting. I always measure. I always pay attention to proportions, the distance between one eye and the other eye. You can see that she has really kind of smaller eyes, small eyes. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna change something, pretty sure, because you see the photograph, all this side here is just kind of flat. I don't see too much volume in there. Okay. And I was thinking, what about adding more color, like changing the background. There's not too much of a background, but changing this and here too. I was thinking, what about adding some violet or some purple? I need a little bit of linseed oil. What about this color here? Okay. Hello, Mila. Okay. I stop and I think usually what I'm thinking is right now just about color harmony. As soon as I lay down this color here, I'm thinking that what I'm gonna do here, maybe make it more bluish, or maybe just a deep dark, like it's here. Okay, like on the photograph. Okay, everything darker here. Maybe more reddish, greenish color. Okay, and I imagine the color just moving, from being saturated to desaturated, from being darker, lighter. Any color that I choose, imagine that I choose blue. What about darker blue or light blue? I mean, light blue is not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna work here because this area is in shadow. But imagine that. You move you move the orange, the blue toward orange or toward red, and just imagine how the color is changing. Okay, and how it's gonna work with the other colors here. Okay, I'm gonna add this raw umber, a little bit of orange, and lizard greens. Touch of blue. Okay. One more thing. What about okay? The light here is warm. Warm. Yeah. So no, I mean, imagine that the light is warm. The shadow is cool. Okay. Now you see the light on the photograph. I see a cool light. I don't see yellow. It means that it has to be a cool light. Okay. That means that the shadow is kind of warm, and I see some orange here. That's kind of reflected light. That's the skin. Okay, I'm gonna do something here. Just for the skin color. Okay, this color looks pretty close to my canvas. I don't see any difference. I'm gonna add some red to make it more pinky. Okay, now I see a little bit of a difference. For lights, I'm gonna just mix white, at least and crimson, and touch of blue. Okay. Okay, now I need a midtone that goes from light, to shadow here. I'm thinking just something, a neutral color. Knockdown orangey color. Okay, now let's see. What about adding some red here? Like some fire is coming out from her hands. I don't like this orange, you know. I see on the photograph, I like it on the photograph. It's just I don't like it on my painting. Hello, Joanne. Okay. Thank you, Joanne. Okay, I need more linseed oil. And just raw amber. In a couple of days, no, tomorrow, that's like our Independence Day. Here, everything is just crazy on the streets, pretty crowded. It's like everybody has, it's like imagine that you're a worker and you make, let's say, $1,000 per month. This month you got $2,000 or something like that, or 1,500. And everybody's just out spending that money. And it's so crowded. But here where I am is quiet. Even though I live on downtown, is pretty quiet. Looks like nothing is happening, but as soon as I go out, it's just crazy. I take a cab, sometimes a taxi, like to go, like let's say, I don't want to walk. I take a taxi to go like 10 blocks. Could take me 40 minutes to get there. Yeah. Hello, this chat. Hello, RB. Hello, Diego. Hello, Exploring History. Hello, GT Punks. When you paint digitally, what size is your canvas in terms of pixels and DPI? Okay. Oh yeah, no, an expert on that, but I got some digital paintings, and I don't remember exactly. But I think that the DPI, I think I have chosen 300 DPI, and my canvas is like 2,000 pixels by 3,000. Something I remember something like that. Okay. Hello, Nolan. Hello, Fuad. Have you seen, Monique? I posted a photograph for today's drawing session. You want to draw your dad? Have you seen that, Nolan? I retouched the photograph a little bit. Okay, I added some lights and shadows. I'm not speaking about this photograph here on this painting. I'm speaking about a photograph that you'll know I have a Patreon account where I got live, drawing sessions and painting sessions. Okay, squinting. Let me check out the angle of the nose. Okay, I need more contrast. I need to narrow her face. I have a lot of light on the face. Too much light that I don't see, like, midtones or highlights here. I should be able to see some highlights, like for example highlight here. Cheekbone, there's always highlight. Nose, nasal bone. Okay, here on the filter there is some highlight. Remember that you gotta make a difference between those highlights. You gotta pick up one, which is gonna be the latest one. Usually it's the tip of the nose. Then from there you move to the next one. Let's say this. The difference is pretty subtle, but this one shouldn't be as bright as this one. And the same goes from all the other highlights. Okay. Hello Barbara. Hello Gary. Hello Sunil. Mixing raw umber and alizarin crimson. I see that the eyes are like this, and the mouth is tilted a little bit like that. It's pretty subtle, but a little bit. I'll try to keep that. remember, it's better going from thin to thick when it's about applying paint. As you're sure, you slowly add more paint. And this, trying this like painting without a drawing is pretty good. Remember that doesn't matter if your drawing is pretty tight. Every time that we paint, we draw at the same time. It doesn't, and sometimes it's just a good exercise just to start to paint kind of with loose brush strokes. Okay. Hello, Larry. What Gary say? Her eyes appear to be so far apart in the picture. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that in small eyes. Definitely, I see there is more distance than one eye between her eyes. Okay, I got this orange here. Usually when I think about adding more color, I usually think about just exaggerating what I see. If I see this orange, I'm thinking I'm gonna add more orange. Just that, if just like when I paint a landscape, and I want the same. If I see obviously a blue sky, I'm gonna make it even bluer. And we all see here this orange here, but those colors are pretty clear here on this picture. The thing is that I see some green here too. Okay, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I'm gonna put it down on the painting and let's see if I can do something with this green. I'm mixing cobalt blue and yellow ochre. Okay, I got green. It goes down. Since I don't have too much paint, it's gonna be easier for me to put thicker paint and change the color I have. Exploring History is asking me what you do when the acrylic primer used and oil paint takes some time to get running smoothly. Oh, well. Okay, for me it means that you just need an extra layer of gesso, because if it's not running smoothly, it means that this is just pigment with linseed oil, okay, and in any surface that is going to offer any resistance, it's going smoothly. But if you go on a surface that is absorbent, it's not gonna go smoothly. And the canvas, I mean the fabric, is absorbent, but we take that from the canvas by adding gesso. And imagine you add more gesso, you make it smoothly, and you add paint, it's just gonna run on top pretty easily. Okay, that means just more gesso or gesso. We call it gesso here. I think some people call it gesso. Okay, I got this green here, green here. Okay. I need more contrast. Okay. A bigger brush to spray the paint. You'll know you're free to ask me any question. Michael Pospi is asking me, would you agree painting a portrait of a smiling tooth showing marrow is harder than painting closed lips? Yeah, of course it's harder. That's why you all don't see me painting, a smiley face. It's pretty hard. I will do it. Yeah. At the end, that's gonna be just putting more time and effort, but yeah, but it's sometimes it's something like I gotta choose between, for example, something like this, okay, or I add more color and I'm gonna deal with this color, adding more color maybe during the whole process, because when you put some color down, it's like this color is asking for more. They need some friends, color friends again, like here and there. And it's not about that, okay? It's not like you're gonna go and adding a lot of color. You gotta think about contrast and at the same time adding color. Yeah? It's just like, for example, as soon as I added the red here, I'm thinking that I could exaggerate some green that we see on the hands. Yeah, why not? That would be a nice contrast. Yeah. But now I gotta control this. Now I prefer to spend my time just with this than spending my time painting, teeth, a smiley face with showing some teeth. It's just that's difficult. It's a challenge, but at the end, well, I think the face is a little bit narrower yet. I don't have too much detail. Okay, I was thinking about values because I don't have any darker value. On the photograph there, it looks like there's a glare here. I didn't add black. I have here lamp black. Hola Carolina, hola Joaquín. Okay. Put down some black here with raw umber. Some alizarin crimson. Maybe I should make everything here darker, like here, since I'm gonna add more light here. Maybe now this purple background doesn't work anymore, and I think I'm gonna keep this red. I like it. I'm gonna sacrifice a little bit of contrast because one thing is having this value darker here, which creates more contrast. Okay, having red, which is not a darker value, but add more color contrast than value contrast. Okay. Something that I like when I see people paintings hands, I see how they exaggerate, the reds on the fingers, and I always think, wow, that's pretty beautiful. Okay, and when they do that, at the same time they add more green on the hands. and squinting, and for example, for pick up a different brush. For this area here of the hand, I see basically this, you know, just like a simple shape. And now for the face, for the other hand, I'm trying to measure the width, the height. I see that kind of fit inside of a rectangular shape. Okay, and now on the face, the same. I was thinking about the forehead and think about this shape as a simple shape. And then here, angles, you know, and all of that. And now this portion. Okay. Let's see, I'm gonna add more red. I love this permanent, this red Spray Intense. I'm mixing with a little bit of alizarin crimson. Look at that, it's even more, looks even brighter, saturated. Wow, I think that's too much. Okay. What if I just keep this greenish and I add red to the nose? To make the nose pop. No, that's not gonna work. Maybe it's gonna be too much having red and green there. But one thing I could do for sure is changing this orangey, make it more pinky. Okay, the red, just if it's coming from here, you could spread here, yeah? A little bit here too. Just that, yeah? I could have the fingers pretty reddish, and as it goes down, red here, reddish here, reddish here, and then I change it. Okay. Now I will have some green, a little white. Okay, here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I like it. And it has a different feeling now. It kind of glowing, this light. Arabi is asking me, is canvas colored by default or you colored it before paint? Yeah, I know. I turned it down with just acrylics, orange and cerulean blue. Orange and cerulean blue. Okay. Oh, hello, Christopher. Okay. Another thing I'm thinking, I should maybe darken up all this area, because if I paint it just as bright as the photograph, like, you know, I mentioned this at the beginning, I won't see, you know, lights. It's just like when everything is too light, you don't see, you know, lights and highlights. Okay. Let's see. darkening up this just a little bit. What do you think? I should go with maybe some loose brush strokes, or I should smooth out everything. I love, you all know, I think I love to smooth out all the paint, but I don't know if this is gonna work. Every time that I see a painting that has a lot of color, no, I think that I'm thinking that I should, add thicker paint and use more loose brush strokes. I'm gonna blend a little bit. But I'm gonna do what I like. I mean, I like every. I like, sometimes paint loosely, sometimes painting pretty smooth. But for today, I think I'm gonna smooth out everything. Okay. Okay. Hello, Fanfur. Oh, welcome. Exploring history saying smooth one if you like. Yeah. Hola, Ana. Hola, Ana Saldaño. Okay, I'm gonna start working on the details because I think it's time to pay attention to the shape of the eyes. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is black. I want raw umber. Using raw umber and alizarin crimson. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I gotta move this eye a little bit up. Just a little bit up. Okay. And with that, the eyebrow. What about this eye? Okay. Okay, check out. It looks okay. Yeah, maybe a little bit up, I think. Okay. Let me think. Yeah, a little bit up. Now the nose. Nikolai is asking, please explain what means on the lighting places to use cool colors and on the dark to use warm colors. Okay, yeah, that's temperature. You know, if the light is warm, usually the shadow is cool, and there's a reflected warm light. That's a color theory rule. I mean, in color theory rules that comes from what we see in nature. This is pretty common when we see a sunny day, and we are in the park and we see the trees, let's say, and we see the shadows, of the trees, and they look kind of bluish, violetish. Okay, that's a cool color. As soon as imagine that when you turn off the sunlight, that means imagine a cloudy day. You don't see that effect anymore. Okay, the shadows become grayer, kind of grayish, opaque, and that happens every time that you see the sunlight, and the sunlight is pretty yellowish. It's a really warm light. If the light is warmer, the shadow becomes cooler. Okay, but it's not just about that, something more that we gotta consider is the ambient light. The ambient light is the light that is around. Is the light bouncing everywhere. All the objects is inside, outside, and at the same time the color of the object. This example about seeing a landscape, a tree. That's pretty simple because I think we all have seen that, and when you see that something happens all the time, there is a pattern. You can make a rule out of that. Okay, and in order to create that in painting, we use the same. If I warm up this, I gotta cool down this, but I gotta consider the skin color too. I gotta consider what is next to that, how it's affecting the reflected light. Remember, a warm light is gonna bounce back to the face because light is bouncing everywhere, and you're gonna get a warm reflected light. I mean, the shadow is not completely cool. Okay. It's kind of simple. I mean, color theory is kind of simple, and it's kind of not about like thinking that much about if that really happening. It's more. I mean, as a student, I used to think, is that really happening? I gotta go out and see. Oh yeah, but maybe it's not. Is that all the time? Yeah, I don't think so. And one thing for sure, okay, that wasn't the problem. Accepting that that's happening or not. I mean, for real, that's happening. But the thing it was applying that, because it's easy to see it when you see a landscape, and then when you say, hey, I know color theory. Now you gotta try to apply it, and you see that something is not working. And on top of that, you try to apply it, kind of thinking about. I mean, I'm speaking about myself, kind of thinking about beautiful paintings, and I try to apply that on landscapes. And when I see some landscapes, in my head, in my mind was just that beautiful landscape with beautiful colors, and I was like, I didn't get that. Why I didn't get that? Why I don't get it what I want, what I have seen in so many paintings? Why? For one simple reason, that painters, they just change things a little bit. They control that. They exaggerate temperature. They just knock it down temperature. They do whatever they want once they know the rules, and you don't know about that. Okay, you think that what you see on a painting is real. It's not. When you see a beautiful painting, a beautiful landscape painting, usually you compare with you know, the scene, the real place where it was just painted, maybe you're gonna see that there is a lot of differences between color. Why? Because you gotta remember that a painter paint what they see, painters paint what they see, what they know, and what they want to see. Okay. And that's the beauty about painting, you know, painting what you want to see. But that happens when you got first you gotta paint what you see. Then you paint what you see, what you know, and the last step is just to paint what you want to see, because you know already how to change what you see. I feel like I've been repeating the same words so many times. Okay, I did the face a little bit, let's say darker than the value, this here. Just a little bit, okay? I'm gonna see if that works, because what I want now is to see some highlights or lights, let's say lights. If this is clear on my painting, that's good. If I add a light and I don't see it, that means that all the lights are just too bright. Okay, here comes some knowledge about anatomy. We usually see light and highlight here because of the nasal bone, then here because of the zygomatic bone, okay, then here because of the cheek, fat tissue here, more light here because the face is just rounded, it's not flat. That means that you gotta make a difference between this area here and how this move to the corner of the mouth. It's not the same. It's not the same value. Okay. Okay. Here is rounded. The eyes are rounded. Okay, I need to step back and check out. Yeah, I see. No. Yeah, I think that's okay. I like the green. Yeah. Definitely, this green is gonna pop when everything is reddish. That means that I need to use my special color. Chrome green. check it. Okay, I'm gonna work on the hands, not on details. Okay. Okay. Hello, Sylvia. Sharon. Hello, Sharon. Sharon, I like your painting much better than the photo. I think she's much too pale in the photo. In your painting, she looks healthy. Oh, okay. Thank you. Hello, Jonas. Okay. Hello, Teresa. You are breathing life into her with every stroke. Thank you so much, Teresa Marino. Teresa, is it Teresa? Teresa. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna see a more a little bit of the likeness. You know, I don't see. I kind of see her face, but you know, not completely happy with that. Okay, first I said I'm going to work on the hands. Okay, then I'm gonna go back to the face, just drawing. Darker here. It's just raw umber. I've been using raw umber from Winton, which is different from this one. This one is from Rembrandt. I gotta say that's kind of greenish. The other one is not that greenish. Yeah, but the end, a color is a color, you know. Okay, I'm mixing some black with more raw umber. One second, one second. I like that violet. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Hello, George. Uh, Greetings from Manizales. Saludos desde Colombia. Okay. Gracias. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking, what should we do? I mean, what should I do? Like adding more paint, thicker paint. Okay. I got just few colors on the face. You know, add more colors on the face since I got this right here, a little bit greenish. I'm gonna work on the hands while I think about what to do with the face. I got the eye here, and I check out one finger here, the other finger here, here. Okay, like little pieces of a puzzle. Okay. Now the other hand, I got the eye here, the tip of the pinky that is aligned with the eye around here, the width of the face, the pinky here. Okay, no, okay. Okay, step back, I squint, I use a mirror to check out. John is asking me, when you are painting the hands, do you use the same mixed as from the skin, color of the face, or another shade of it? No, it's the same. Yeah, same color. In this case, is, you know, let's say that's the same as a base, and then you change it, because it depends. Okay, I'm gonna exaggerate the pinky on the fingers. Obviously, that's gonna change the color of the hand, and I'm gonna exaggerate the green, but that's gonna change a little bit the color of the hand. But what I do usually, I start with like a base color, not too many variations, like just I have here on the skin. It just looks like one color, not too reddish, not too yellowish, kind of neutral. You know, if you put orange next to that, you see that it's pretty mute. Okay, and from there I start thinking about, you know, adding a little bit of greenish color, a subtle greenish variation, maybe some cool colors, some purple, like for example. But I'm trying to use those colors, pretty subtle colors, like this one that's here in the background. Okay, I could make it lighter. If it lighter, I can, and I can put it here. Let's see if that clear. No, but it's there. If I zoom in, I wanna see it. Okay, you see it? You see the green next to that? Okay. Okay, I'm trying to match the value. You know, I'm not gonna make it darker and put it on top of something light. And at the same time, it's pretty subtle. You know, I don't want everybody see my painting and think, hey, you know, there's some violet there. What happened? You made a mistake. It's no. I mean, those colors are working from a distance, and you see like the painting looks more colorful. Like, oh, something nice is happening. Yeah, yeah. And then you think, you know, it's just one color, the variation of one color. You copy that, you don't get it. Why? Because you don't have all those little touches. Yeah. To get that subtlety, and just applying the same that I have learned, the same that I have experienced when I was trying to copy a painting, a master painting, let's say. I'm not saying that my painting is a master painting, but I was so many times, few times, painting a copy, and I was pretty sure, even getting closer with my palette knife, all of that, you know, and I couldn't get it. It was like something is missing. What is that? And that was because I didn't see those variations, you know. And I remember one of my teachers, one of my friends, one of my friends, yeah, he told me, hey, you don't see that violet there, a little bit of that, you know, pretty subtle. And I was, yeah, but I don't want to paint that. Why? That color is not gonna do anything. Okay, you know. And those subtleties work. I mean, all those colors does a lot. They do a lot on the each painting. But for me at the time, it was like, that's not important. Nowadays it's pretty clear, those things I'm speaking about, those subtleties, because we see on some painters that they just use a lot of paint with, more impressionistic style. We can see clearly all those color variations, and it's amazing. On Nikolai saying, if you put vertical down from her right eye, will meet her cheek much lower than currently on canvas. Currently on canvas. Currently on canvas is too high. Yeah. Thank you. I'm gonna check out that. Slowly but surely. I have moved this finger like a lot. Let's see if that's better now. Making this more greenish. I'm exaggerating this green here, the green. I don't see the green there, obviously. We see some greenish on the skin, on the hand, but not on the knuckles. I'm just exaggerating that because I have a lot of red here, and I want to see the contrast. Okay. Somebody's painting? Who's painting? Here for me is a pretty nice afternoon. I don't do. Basically, I feel that I don't work because I do. I paint, and I got my Patreon account. And it feels pretty good. But anyway, Thursday and Fridays they feel different. For some reason, I feel more relaxed. I think I got that from the time that I used to work with a schedule, in the School of Art. And once I worked in an office for kind of 6 months, maybe more. And Fridays, it was just like, like sometimes I just felt like I was drowning. And Friday, it was just the day like I could breathe. Pretty nice feeling about Fridays, Thursdays. Maybe because my kids, my daughter and my son, they love to. Both of them, they jet. Even though my son is 17 and my daughter is 19, they both love spend time in family, with me and my wife, going out. That's gonna last maybe for one more year, I think. Too much head, too much forehead. I'm gonna move it down. Another thing that you know, since obviously my kids are just uh, adults, almost adults. Well, my daughter, my son is a teenager yet. I got more time, for painting. When they were pretty little, it was different because I used to work at home, and then I gotta do something, like. And I remember those days, my daughter, I just she wanted to help me, painting. And she was used to say, "Hey, Daddy, can I help you to paint? Can I help you painting?" And it was like, "Yeah, okay." And then she went with a brush and just ruined my painting. That was pretty nice. I have heard that from so many painters that if that if that didn't happen to me, I would be pretty sad because my friends used to say that. Used to tell the same story about their kids just painting on top of their paintings. I want to get a red that looks like more vermilion. Okay. Oh, Johnny saying I'm painting at the same time too now. A portrait of Drew Van Aker. Oh, that's pretty nice. Oh, Gary's saying that he's painting too. Yeah. I'm painting a portrait right now when I watch you. Yeah, wow, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Feels pretty good, you know. I have enjoyed painting with my friends when I used to share studios. That was pretty common when in the School of Art you just finish up the studies. Everybody was like, "Now, what are we gonna do?" And it was like different people forming different groups, renting a place, a house, staying there and painting there. And sometimes even some of them lived there. Oh, Sharon is saying, I love being retired because I can sit and paint all day if I want to. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot, painting with. It was something similar to like I'm doing here. Sometimes you can just. It was like every person has a different space. Yeah? But we couldn't stay like for so long without speaking to somebody. I don't know why. Maybe it was because on the School of Art we used to hang out with friends, all of that. Yeah? And it was like always somebody was moving on the house, just checking for somebody else's painting. And I got a lot of times a friend that was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And starting the conversation there, just painting. And then I did the same. Like when I feel like, let's say, bored, or I feel like I need some inspiration. I went to talk to some of my friends, and we have a nice conversation. But more than the nice conversation was just maybe just seeing somebody painting. That was kind of triggered, something on like, hey, I'm gonna just paint. It was a chit chat for a few minutes, and then I go back to continue painting on my easel. With time, I kind of started to paint alone more, and I don't know. It's kind of I started to enjoy it. Maybe obviously I got some obligations. I have to work, and my work was painting. And sometimes I remember the most time that I have spent alone it was a month working painting like 14, 16 hours a day. No one around me. It just my easel. This was my setup. My easel. Next to my right was my paint. To my left, a TV. And the TV was on the whole day. And it's just like I remember somebody asked me, "Hey, did you see the movie?" And I said, "Yeah, yeah, I saw it." And it was like, "Do you see the part that I said?" And I said, "Oh no." Or to be honest, I kind of I heard the movie. you know, I didn't see it completely. Yes, I saw just some portions. Yeah. Oh, I see a reflected light around the hand. Oh, what about some blue? It could be too much color, but it's just a small portion. That could be okay. A little bit of blue, just there. Yeah. I was thinking out loud to myself, like asking like too much color. Maybe not. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry that much. Just a painting. And then at that time, and I kind of I got used to have my studio and just be there alone. But pretty sure if I share and after that I share a space again with some friends. One of my friends, he used to do rehearsals, plays. He's an actor, a theater actor. The other one is was a school teacher, art school teacher. You know, and I used to paint. I had one space, and next to me, on the next room, there was no door between all that space. It was my friend with, with a bunch of actors just practicing there. That was pretty nice. Yeah. Oh, Bob. Oh, thank you so much, Bob. Bob wants my coffee link. Thank you so much. There is a way that you can support my channel if somebody wants to, Here's the coffee link. And I got my Patreon account here. Where I got painting sessions. We paint every Sunday for 4 to 5 hours. Okay, four Sundays every per month. 4 Sundays. Okay, it's just a small group of 10 people, usually 8, from 6 to 10 people every Sunday. Obviously there is a cost. It's $100 per month. Not per class, per month. Hello, Michael. Hello, Florence. Michael is saying I was visiting my son today. He's a tattoo artist. Do you have any tattoos? No, I don't have any tattoo. I will eventually. I hope someday. Oh, I missed. Okay, I'm gonna write it down again. Okay, that's my Patreon account. That's the coffee link. That's the Patreon account. Oh, thank you, Bob. I got your coffee. Okay. Oh, thank you, Florence. Yeah. Okay. I was working on the hands. Yeah. I was working on the blue here. Yeah, maybe I like it, this blue. I'm gonna make it a little bit, brighter, but slowly. Okay. Okay. Oh, I was speaking about adding the light on the fingers. I need more light, more white. A little bit of green. Okay, more. This lighter color has some green. It's greenish. Light, adding light on the fingers. Okay, the thing is that's pretty nice to share, space or to share ideas, thoughts about art, and I got a lot of that. I would love to maybe do that again, but I have something like that, my Zoom sessions on Patreon. That's basically the same. And that space that we shared at that time, we used to have like it was like at the same time that was for painting, it was for sharing some drinks. It was for if my friend had a play, and after that all the actors just wanted to celebrate. They ended up there, okay, and I ended up joining the celebration because I was there painting. And I remember once my friend, he was like, "Hey, Renzo, we're doing a play on a school for kids, and there's an actor, one of the actors that he's not gonna show up because he's sick, and he that, and you want to replace him." And I was like, "Okay, that would be pretty nice, yeah." It was like it's pretty simple, You're not gonna speak that much, just a few lines, and that's it. And I was like, "Hey, of course, I will do it." And even though I didn't speak that much, my friend told me, "Oh man, you're a terrible actor." Yeah, I believe in practice. I think that everything just it's about practice. But I didn't do anything more because my thing is painting. Yeah. Okay. But it was pretty nice, but it wasn't just not one play. I'm saying that just to, but there was like I ended up helping him because it was like he used to have like 4 or 5 plays a month here and there, and this actor he was sick, and I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna go here and there. Yeah, I will do it. Yeah. After all of that, he told me, you don't think about acting, man. In case you're thinking, But I wasn't thinking about that. It's a lot of preparation for that. And my Patreon sessions, my Patreon group, we have an actress, a famous actress. I'm not gonna say the name. You gotta join my Patreon to know. Okay, I need a little bit of green here. Okay, let's step back and check out. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to work on the eyes. She has blue eyes. What I do basically go around, not around, I mean, imagine that you split the eye in two, the iris, and you just paint the lower portion, like that. And now the other eye. You gotta consider that one is darker than the other. Okay, you lift in the middle of the pupil, and then you make this color a little bit lighter. If the light is coming from the right, you paint the left side a little bit lighter. Okay, and now here the same. Okay, now you pick up some pure white, the tip of the brush, and you just paint the highlight. Okay. Okay, now you can paint the pupil. You want more detail, you can go with more detail, you know, like for example a darker blue, a little bit darker blue, and I go around the iris. Yeah, the thing is that here I could say that sometimes it's better just to let's say that not paint the iris like this. It's better we have some softness there, not this kind of definition. If you do it, I could tell you with the same brush, just try to soften the edge. Okay, it's gonna look more natural. And then with black and white, which you're gonna see is kind of bluish too, you paint the white of the eye. Now when you paint the white of the eye, you gotta think that this is sphere. Okay, and because it's a sphere, you're gonna see more light in one side, not in the other. It's not something flat. It's not getting the light just like a flat thing. It's curved. Okay, that means you're gonna see more light here. Okay, you paint this side. Okay, yeah, don't pick up the same paint to paint here. Remember, it's different. Now pick up a darker gray and repeat the same on the other eye. Now there has to be some cast shadow from the upper eyelid. Okay, on the white of the eye. Maybe we don't see that because you know it's just pretty subtle, but has to be there. Now, what I do is just soften a little bit that to try to represent that. Since it's pretty small, sometimes it's not necessary to go on those details, but it's up to anyone at the end, you know. If somebody wants to finish up a painting like a photograph, you gotta go over those tiny details. I'm adding more reddish. Okay, we gotta keep this here kind of transparent. A little bit of saturation on the shadow. A little bit of saturation on the shadow creates some transparency. And soften the edges. Okay. Continue looking for more. You know, the white of the eye goes down below the iris. Kind of invade a little bit of the left side. Okay, that's good. bit of light, a bit of light, more highlight on the eyes. I'm gonna pick up more white. Okay. Now one more thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pick up black, pure black, and I'm gonna paint the pupil, which is dark. Maybe that's gonna be the only black sometimes that we see on a portrait, on a face. It depends, you know, light and shadows. Okay. 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 Oh, hello, Emmanuel. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Nelly. Thank you, Florange. Thank you, Nelly. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Herbs. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer Wallens for the coffee. And thank you, Sharon Wake. Okay, for the coffee too. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, everybody here. I got a lot of coffees, a lot of caffeine. Okay. Things looks like pretty good promoting my, ways to support my channel. It's not like I mean, you don't feel the need to do that. I'm just happy to be here. I enjoy this. Anyway, there is an option to become a member of my channel, where it's just, I think, $2 or $3 per month, and you got access to some recorded sessions from Patreon. Just one session every month. Okay. Somebody joins today, for example, you got access to at least 3 sessions. It's just, it's not like you're gonna have access to just one session per month. It's kind of, after a few months, you're gonna find that there's more and more, recorded sessions there. Well, somebody asked me about the size of my painting. I read that and I forget the question. Okay. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Sharon. Your reference looks younger than the one you painted. Oh yeah. I mean, that's okay. Oh, Mr. Herbs is saying, do you find it easier to paint this size portrait compared to smaller size? Okay, this is a smaller size. Yeah. Usually I paint the same size. Yeah. This one looks bigger. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's not bigger. I mean, it's the same size. Like, I use the same canvas, the same panels. Okay. I want to move to the shadow here. After painting the black of the pupil, that kind of show me that my value here is too light. Add more red for this shadow here. Oh, somebody says that yeah, it looks older. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty difficult, especially when we paint a kid. You know, it's just so difficult to get the age. I hope I'm gonna get it, but if I don't, yeah, what I could do is just so difficult. It's just like painting hands, maybe more difficult than painting hands to get the age of a subject, especially when it's younger. It's kind of pretty common to paint something younger, make it older, than painting somebody older and make it younger. Yeah, but with more time, we're gonna be able to retouch and retouch. Yeah? And when I feel that I'm not able to get that, what I usually do, I soften everywhere, everything. That's, let's say, my last trick, like sacrificing some details just to soften everything. Hoping to get the edge, to make my model younger. Sometimes works because in order to get the likeness, we want to copy. We copy details. We want to copy everything. And we get the likeness, but at the same time, when with the brush strokes and all of that, we're making the person look older. I think all the people that have painted a kid knows what I'm speaking about. Yeah, I think that happened to everybody. That happened everybody once, maybe more than once, but I know for sure because we have painted some kids sometimes on the patron sessions, and that was the difficult part. Like everybody was saying, "Hey, everybody ended up with a older version." Now, for people that is here on this channel and maybe love to paint with acrylics, I have another channel where I just paint with acrylics, and it was just Tuesday I painted a portrait. It took me 3 hours. Yeah. I mean, that's usually I spend 3 hours. I don't know what I surprised myself. I usually spend 3 hours painting. I'm gonna put the link here, okay, for people that, because I got some acrylic paintings on this channel, but I prefer to separate that and just to, I don't know, not confuse people that love acrylics. Okay, here's the link for the channel. Oh, Bob Drink, what is saying? Can you compare painting on Photoshop? Yeah, I will. I need to paint more. It's just like I gotta continue on the process, like and then to be able to compare on Photoshop. Now it's just I need more. I need more retouches. I'm adding a touch of cadmium orange. Okay. I'm mixing cadmium orange and cadmium red I'm gonna put it here. More red. That creates some transparency on the shadows when we add some saturation. Like for example, I could add here a alizarin crimson, pure alizarin crimson. Since it's pretty dark, we don't see it like colorful, but is colorful. Now speaking about my experience sharing studios with some friends, I remember one of my friends. He every time that you got closer to his easel, he stopped painting. He's like, at some point, everybody's thinking like he was kind of selfish, because he wasn't. It's not like everyone. It's like people wants to copy the style of each one. I remember when I shared with my friends, it's just like everybody had a different style. Everybody has a different style. Even I mean until today. But he was like, he stopped painting, put the brushes down, and he just get into the conversation. Yeah. But with time, I remember I told him once, maybe we were drinking some beers, and I told him like, hey, why do what's the problem with you? It's just like nobody's gonna copy what you paint, your style of anything. If somebody does, what's the point? We're painters. I mean, it's not like, no. I mean, what's the point of not sharing what you know? It's just like, yeah. And he was, no, it's not about that. I can share what I know. I can teach what I know. It's not about that. It's just I don't like to. I don't know. I don't like. I feel in the eyes of somebody watching me painting. I don't feel okay with that. And yeah, that was, some people just cannot kind of. I don't know how to explain it, but the thing is, he was like that. He felt more comfortable just being on his corner and painting alone, not speaking to anyone, just painting. We don't know somebody, we just kind of build up different ideas on our head. Yeah, but at the same time, I gotta say that I met some friends that they didn't like to show their work. Maybe a couple of them, I mean, so many years that they were kind of, they felt like they discovered something and they didn't want to share it. That's good at the end. That's okay. We're humans. Everything is okay. I'm trying to get. Wow, it's gonna be difficult. Oh, and we are practicing, drawing hands on Tuesdays. Supposedly, I'm teaching how to draw hands. I cannot get away with a nice hand today. Shame on me. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you, Exploring History. Oh, Steve is saying it's true that vermilion red can react chemically with some other paints. Yeah, there are a lot of things that happens with oil paints, But the point is like, I mean, I worked with restoration in a restoration studio for a few months, not years. I was about to say years, but not years. Now I'm not an expert, okay, on that. It's like a different, let's say that you study medicine and you specialize in something, and there are painters that they love to go, deep on the knowledge of pigments and all of that. Okay, I'm not an expert on that, and I cannot speak that much on that because if somebody knows here, you will notice that I'm not. I don't know. The thing is that this guy, you know, and this studio, the owner of the studio, on this restoration studio, one day we were speaking about that. And he was just explaining that. To be honest, I don't remember exactly because there was a lot of terminologies that they were like, hey, this pigment is this thing, this pigment is this number and this number and this and that, and this with time this gonna oxidize and this gonna get yellowish. You know, don't just look for this white. It's not gonna yellowish that much, and this and that, and then it was like, oh yeah, well, pretty amazing, interesting. Okay, yeah, at that time I wish I could study more on that. Definitely. And one thing that he mentioned at the end, like, But you should I mean, we were like five friends. I mean, a couple of us we were painters, and he was like at the end like, but you all shouldn't worry about that. Why? Because first, pick up your tube of paint. It said cadmium. Yeah, pretty sure that there's no cadmium in there. They're not gonna pay like $20 for a tube. You're gonna think they're gonna find real cadmium there. As, nothing is gonna happen with that. And I was like, yeah, but it's $20, $40, $50. No, no way, no way. And he was like, he showed us a tube, a tiny tube, and he was like, I paid $200 for this tiny tube of cadmium red, okay? $200. This, for real, it has cadmium in it. None of this, your $50, $60 tube, it has any cadmium on there. Don't worry about that. Nothing is gonna happen. And we were like, what? It's not fair. I mean, your paintings are good. And and for me, he was like, I mean, you should be the least to worry about because you're using Winton. That's for student grade. That for sure it doesn't have any pigment, any real pigment at all. The only thing that's gonna happen with your paintings, maybe, if you don't take care of your paintings, they're gonna vanish with time. But that's gonna be in 50, 100 years ago, years from now. And I was like, wow. He was an expert on that thing. And one day we went to buy some pigments with him. And I saw for real those little tubes of pigments for $200, and was wow. And he was like, this is just for restoration purposes because they need a real pigment. They need the real thing, not for painters. Painters, they don't need this. What would you think about that? For me, it was like pretty discouraging. Like I felt like, okay, I'm not gonna speak to you anymore. And for everything that he was at the same time kind of like tired, boring, maybe like going over the same things again and again, like materials, speaking about that, and then we went to the point to speak about canvases, and he was, no man, that's the worst thing that And then again he showed us a fabric he used to prepare the canvases. He was like, hey, I paid this for this. It was the same about the price. It was, like you go to any store, art store, pick up the expensive canvas that you can find there, and not even half the price the canvas that he used. Not even half of the price. And I was like, wow, I didn't know those materials existed like that expensive. Yeah, man. And he was like, he was like, I mean, what do you think? I mean, what are you thinking? What do you think the restoration studio does? You're dealing with a painting that is like, it worth like $100,000, $20,000, $50,000, and even more. You think they're gonna use the same materials? No way. No way. And that was for me like, wow. I mean, that's for real. Yeah. But the brand that I saw there was My Mary. Okay, now the brand, it has a different, obviously. You gotta look for the ones that are just pure, kind of, they say like something like pure pigment, something like that, I remember. No, and I'm speaking about 10 years ago. Maybe the price is the same. Who knows? But I was impressed. Okay, the little tubes. Like look at this tube, like this Rembrandt tube. It was half the size of this. You know, half the size and 4 times the price. We used to have those conversations with him because I used to work, on his studio, and because every time that I went to USA, he was like, "Hey, you're pretty good painting, retouching. Come here. You got there. You got a room. You got a studio. Hey, you got my car." And I was, "Yeah, for real? Yeah, yeah. Here's the keys. The keys. I was like, "Wow, yeah." He was like, I remember the first time we met, he didn't want me to touch anything. It's like, I was like, "Hey, I can help you out with this, retouching that, that eye that is kind of, you don't see it. Don't touch it." I mean, why? I'm pretty good painting, I'm good at painting, I'm good at drawing. Don't touch it. You're a painter, man. You don't know anything about restoration. Don't touch it. And he was training like his nephew. And his nephew one day he was like, "I cannot do this, man." And he was like, "Help me out with this, paint this little thing." And I did it. And then he came and he was like, "Wow, that's pretty good, man." And his nephew, I didn't do it, he was Renzo. He was like, "Wow, you did it. Okay." And he was like, "Try this with this thing, yeah, a little a vase, something like that." And I remember the day before he got a painting. He was speaking about the painting. I mean, the painting was a $50,000 painting. It was a little thing on the corner that was broken. I don't know. And they were saying, and we were speaking about that, And at some point, he was like, "Hey, can you retouch this painting? But be careful, because." And I did it. He was like, "Oh," and then every time that I went there, I stay at his house, and I got work to do, and I got kind of free space for me. I got an easel to paint. Yeah, that was pretty nice. And then he has a brother that he was doing the same. He was in the restoration, you know. And the thing was the same, always the same, like, you know, look at these prices, look at the price. I mean, check out, just go to a store and then check out, ask for pigments, pure pigments, and you're gonna see the price, the difference. Okay, go to a nice store. I mean, I don't have more experience than that. Okay, yeah, I don't know more than that. Yeah. Maybe nowadays it's different. And speaking of more than 10 years ago. Mm. Okay, another thing that I know, that I went to another restoration studio here in Peru, and they don't use. I mean, first, this tube of this is pure pigment is not considered like oil painting. You put it down on you lay down a little bit on your palette, and it gets really hard just in like 1 minute. Hard to touch. I say, wow. Now what we're gonna do? You got to use a different medium. It's pretty strong. You need to use a mask. Okay, and that medium is like water. Just you put it up, and then you work, and it looks like watercolor. Okay, it's not regular oil paint. That's not regular oil paint. They use that. You know why? Because oil paints, when dried, gets darker. I don't know if somebody works with acrylics, and when acrylics dry, just there in the same session gets darker. Just in 1 minute, you see it getting darker. The same happens with oil paints, but that happens obviously slowly. I didn't know that. He told me that, like, it gets darker. And I remember I did that once. I retouched one painting once with oil paints, and after a couple of months, I could see the retouched area. It was darker. It's like retouch here, for example, paint over the skin here. After like a couple of months, you see that's darker. Yeah. No, he told me you cannot retouch with oil paints. And the retouching studio here in Peru, where some of my friends work, they have pure pigments, powder. And they pick up a little bit, and they prepare the pigment, and they use it. And then they use it just at the moment. They need more, they prepare more. Like they have to be preparing more and more all the time. And I was like, I mean, that's too much work. Why don't you, prepare a bunch of that, put it in a tube, and I don't remember. I mean, but the answer was like, no, that's no way to do that. It doesn't work in that way. Yeah. But investigate about that. You gotta, I'm just saying something simple. I don't want to say that. And who knows? Maybe this guy, he was just sick of painters asking the same time again and again. And for me, that was asking like, hey, you this and this. It was like, okay, don't worry that much. What you use, it's nothing. You don't have anything. Not even 1% of real cadmium there in those tubes. Well, maybe that's why one day one of my dogs ate almost half of the tube of copper blue. Nothing happened to him. I don't know why he did that. It's not like he was starving. No. Nothing happened to my dog. I thought, oh my God, he's gonna die. Now what am I gonna do? You know, he was just making blue poo poo for a couple of days, and that's it. I saw the hair is more orangey. I'm just trying yellow ochre, which is gonna give me some greenish color. But I'm doing that because of the red, okay? Just to have a bit of contrast there. Let's see if that works, because I don't like this kind of greenish color here. But let's see if that works, okay? Because I get greenish, violet, and red. Yeah, something is not good with this color harmony. Softening edges. Now I'm trying a little bit of orange on top. I think it's just too greenish. But I would love to study more about pigments and all of that. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. Uh, to know, more than study, I always have preferred to practice. But definitely, I feel that I should know the answer for those questions. About pigments. And putting some accents. The only way to see the real red is just to lay down this really thick. Okay. Okay. Andrew B saying bomb gator. Yeah. Blue poop. Yeah, blue poop. I said blue. I don't know what's the other word. Blue. I don't want to say another nasty word. Blue poop. Pop poop. Yeah. Hey, don't forget to press the like button, please. Okay, I need to step back. It's been too close to the painting for too much time. Okay. Just pretty funny to when I see from a distance. I see more mistakes. We're gonna just darken up here. Oh, I'm gonna use Photoshop to check out, to compare values. Wait 1 second. I'm gonna open Photoshop. Oh, I need more white. Okay, I think I exaggerated the brightness. I'm gonna need to knock down this. Too much light. Okay, I need more red. I need to feel that the light is spreading from the hands. Like something is, something behind. Maybe I should even add red here. What do you think? Yeah, like the light is coming from there. I'm gonna mix here Lizard Crimson and Cameo Red. Okay, now if that happens, I gotta spread the red all over here on the chin. Just gotta be sure to always just respect values. Okay. The upper lip. The nose next to this orange. I'm putting some red. Okay, a touch of red with just a tiny touch of white. Okay, I'm gonna capture my screen and I'm gonna share it here on Photoshop. Just 1 second. Okay, I want to share my screen. Okay, here's Photoshop. I'm gonna flip it. Okay, it looks I got the problem with the width of the face, and I don't know, it's maybe because of the red, because if I make this just darker here. Okay, wait 1 second. I'm gonna flip it again. Okay, I'm gonna do something here. If I make this, oops. What happened? It's not working. Too dark. Oh, here. Okay, if I make this darker like the photograph, and if it looks the same. Yeah, I think it's just the red. Yeah, the red is making the face look wider. Yeah. Now maybe I should add the shadow, the darker shadow. What do you think? Darker shadow. You see that there's red there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I think my face is tilted different, a little bit different. I say that because of the nose. Okay. Look at that. Again. Maybe darker just here. Yeah, darker just here. Okay. And I keep it reddish here. What about that? So this light is coming from her neck or from behind here. No. Look at that. Or I can make it just darker. Yeah. The nose, I gotta move the shadow here. And I could just make all the shadow on the face darker. Everything darker here. Yeah, I'm gonna make it darker. That I think that's pretty good. A little bit more, okay? Now about the red, I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe I could just darken up the red a little bit. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go back to. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 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 Let's see. Okay. What I'm gonna do is, I thought that maybe that my face it was wider because I made a mistake on the drawing. Definitely, there gotta be some mistake there, but at the same time, this light here is adding too much. Uh, you know, it's like it's playing something there to make the face look wider up. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna use this. This is just alizarin crimson with raw umber. Okay. Making this darker. Okay. Now here too. Okay, just there. Okay, now I'm gonna blend this. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna step back. I think I like it better with that. Okay. Let's continue thinking about how this light just spread on the face. Should see a little bit of this red here on the nose. Okay, and spreading up here. Okay. Now I need some darker value here for the background here. This is just pure black. Don't do this at home. Black is pretty dangerous color. I just wanna get contrast and I wanna make it faster. Greg Krupp is saying only keep the red if you want her to have an ET glowing chest. Yeah, okay. Okay. Oh, hello, Astrid, Midi, Bergeli, and hello, Will you saying dark? Yeah, dark it works better. Okay, but I still need to make it. I'm gonna work on the hair. But this red it has to spread more. It's just too. It has to spread on the palms. Okay. Yeah, I wanna work on the hair. The more I see the red, the more I wanna make it darker. After seeing the retouch on Photoshop. Eh, I'm gonna keep it, because there is a reason that I wanted at the first, that I thought, pretty sure tomorrow I'm gonna love it. Yeah. Okay, I need to work on the face a little bit more. A little bit of green. I'm trying to paint a little bit faster. It's almost 3 hours, I think. Oh, Ash, don't you think can you show us your painting from years ago? Okay, I will. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, next week maybe it could be. I'm not gonna make any promise. Okay, but I'm gonna try to prepare something. At least a couple of paintings. Yeah. Lately, I'm painting a lot of portraits, but the thing is that I used to paint more human figures, a lot. And the problem with that is that I cannot show those paintings here. Okay, but I'll try to find a couple of to show it. Mixing yellow ochre and alizarin crimson and white. Making this a little bit darker. Okay. It's too dark. I'm mixing black and alizarin crimson. Just gonna add an accent here. Okay. And on the other eye. Okay, alizarin crimson and raw umber. Again for the nostril here. More alizarin crimson for the mouth. The red is cool, just trying to figure where it's coming from. Could be love, pain, or a headache. A headache, I think. Eh, could be love, pain. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah. Gary saying you can see some painting from about 5 years ago on his channels. Oh, this is yeah. Gary saying that to Ashton. Interested in seeing your work from art school, early years. Oh, that would be pretty nice. Yeah, yeah. Hola Miriam, gracias. Okay, yeah. I'm just thinking that that would be kind of difficult. I don't think I have that. I still keep some of the drawings or paintings or sketches, But yeah, what definitely have or I have found when I was moving, it was some sketches that I did just in one paper. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna need to look for more. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. It's pretty good always to go back on time and check out the progress on our paintings. There has to be a progress, definitely. Even when we think there's not, if we keep painting, has to be some progress. I'm trying to remember right now where I can find more of my drawings or paintings. I mean, I don't know why I don't have any of those. I don't know. I should, because at the end, nothing happened with those drawings. It just like I didn't sell. I didn't sold any of, didn't sell, sold any of those ones. Uh, yeah, like nothing. I should have few of them. I wanna look for. I don't even know where to start to look for those drawings works. Yeah, but I wanna try to. Hmm. I was thinking that maybe I should go to my dad's house. You know what happens that I got on my dad's house. I got a room that where is filled with a lot of boxes with old stuff, with old things, drawings, and no paintings, and a lot of things. I don't know if I can just find something that like for the School of Art or for that time. Yeah, but definitely I could find something like from maybe 10 years ago. Yeah. On my channel, I got maybe the first live stream. It was a stream that I did. It was maybe 5 years ago, maybe. Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, maybe more. I painted more on the pandemic. Obviously, I think we all. I would love to see my paintings again. It, not to judge my own work. I mean, there's no purpose of I mean, critiquing my own paintings from the school when I was a student. I'm trying to, the primary form of these hands, the fingers, is a cylinder. Okay, since I'm not gonna be able to go over details here, at least I'm trying to insinuate the volume and the fingernails a little bit, just a little bit. We need a full session, for painting or drawing hands. I would need like, for painting just the hands, maybe an hour, maybe more. It depends, but let's say that to painting something nice in anatomy, color, volume, yeah, maybe a couple of hours. Excuses, yeah? Just a bunch of excuses. The nose is more rounded. Okay, a little bit of light here. Yeah. Little details that I think that could improve the painting. I don't think those little things are gonna do anything for the painting. Sometimes we don't need details to create a beautiful painting. Sometimes we need them. Okay, I think I'm getting to the end. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Ben. Good morning, Malaubay. Oh, thank you, artist Carwin. Yeah. I think that's it, yeah? I'm tired. Yeah. I would love to spend more time here, but I gotta just take a rest because we have a drawing session tonight. Who thinks that the red it was not a good choice? Raise your hand. Another thing that is kind of that I like it, and at the same time I feel that is the separation between her eyes. And try to get closer. I love to always try to get the likeness, but sometimes if I show the painting alone just like that, I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna tell me you made a mistake there. The eyes are too separated from each other. I'm gonna say, hey, there's a video that proves that this. Let's say closer to the photograph. Thank you so much for the coffees. Okay. Oh, Gary saying, is there anyone that you watch on YouTube or other channels? Oh, thank you, Sharon. Oh yeah, a lot. I think I watch all the same channels that you watch. You know, yeah, the same. If I mention names, I'm gonna mention some names anyway. I'm gonna forget some names, but uh, what I mean, I have seen this Draw Mix Paint. Yeah, Scott Badell, Stephen Bowman, the other Stephen Bowman, an older one, Paint Coach, Jupari, Cesar Santos. Wow, I'm forgetting. Oh my God, I'm forgetting some names. Okay, okay, a lot more. And on top of that, I watch some illustration channels, digital, painting channels. I don't remember the names of those ones because usually those usually young people love these digital channels, digital painting, and for some reason they just pick up nicknames, not real names. I mean, it's kind of difficult to remember. But definitely, I have I've seen all the channels. Or Painted Lives. That's another channel. Uh, oh my God, I think I'm forgetting some important channels. And on top of that, some channels, Spanish channels too. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all the likes. Don't forget to, leave your like before you go. Press the like button. Okay. Uh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Mm, just thinking. At the last time, I just tried to find a few things to do, but yeah. Okay, bye everybody. Take care, you all. Bye. Maybe I should blend here a little bit. Oh, don't forget about edges. I think I didn't mention edges on the whole live stream. Edges are pretty important. I try to keep, for example, the edge of this finger here is kind of soft. Here's a little bit sharp. Here is sharper, and the same here, a little bit soft. And try to do that all over, the portrait. Soft edges, sharp edges, and if somebody see a mistake while I'm painting, just feel free to let me know. I appreciate some critiques, and that helps me. At some point when I'm tired, I don't see my mistakes anymore. Don't tell me any mistake now, because I'm going. No, no, when I'm in the process of painting. When I'm in the middle of the process. Yeah. Okay. Bye, everybody.